Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live with me, Ed Cooper. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic start to April. Can't believe it's only a few weeks away from Easter, so you're probably going out buying all those Easter eggs, maybe for yourself, maybe for the kids or the family. I think I might have a few myself, actually. So listen, today and this month, we are talking all about balance, getting balance in your life, thinking about how when you're pushed against the mill with lots of different things being thrown at you from the business, from your team, trying to get your growth in the team, marketing right. And then next to that, the economic part of the world that's going on and crazy for us with price rises set to continue. You've got national insurance rises as well. There's a lot of stuff going on. As I put in my comment before, we are moving and change is happening at a speed we have never ever seen before in our world. The interesting thing is this is as slow as it's going to get. It's only going to get quicker. So how do we balance what's going on in our life to enable us to create the life that we actually want? Today I'm going to talk to you about three things. Now before I start, I have to say, today I'm on my phone. I had a bit of technical difficulty with my laptop. So if I'm not as interactive on the old comments as I usually am, I do apologise up front because I've got to do little button pushes and things like that. But I can see some people here. So this would be a good test for me, won't it? Hey, good morning, Chris. Hope you're well. Nice to see you here. And we are going to get started. I'm going to talk to you about three things. Those three things are clarity, RAS, and state, like getting yourself in the right state. So those three things: clarity, RAS, and state. You might not know what all of those things mean, or they are, but I'm going to explain it all to you. So in terms of getting that balance that you need to be able to be in control, to take the steps forward, to not be creating a freeze, fight or flight feeling inside your body, one of the things that really helps is clarity of where you are going. If you've ever watched that Alice in Wonderland movie where Alice is walking down the road and there are multiple lanes or roads that she can take, and she stops and she's really confused about where to go, and in the tree out pops Cheshire Cat with a big smile, and she asks the Cheshire Cat, which route should I take? Which road should I take? And the cat says, well, where are you going? And she said, I don't know. And he says, well, it doesn't matter which road you take. So having the clarity of which road you need to take to ensure that you get the life that you want is really important. And the first step to that is understanding what life you actually want, taking time out of your diary to do the thinking with your family, with your loved ones, to say, look, this is what I want. What do you want? And let's make sure that we can create this compelling vision for ourselves for the future. And when it comes back into business, because there's so much that if you're in business, then you're going to be connected to your business, and your life will be connected to that. Connection's a really great thing. Intertwining your life and your business can be a little bit more challenging. And actually, as a coach, what I look to do is to remove life and business and separate them so that we're really clear on what we want from life and what we want from the business. Your business is your vehicle to get you to your destination. So with clarity in business, getting a 5-year, a 3-year, a 1-year plan, and actually looking at your 5-year plan every single year and tweaking it and changing it to make sure that it is up to date and what you actually want. Things change, environments change, economic states change, life changes. So therefore, your idea of what you might want changes. When you start to improve and succeed and get results, guess what? You might want to go for a little bit more. So therefore, your plan needs to change again. So having that top line, what is it that I want to do? 3, 5, 1-year plan. And then you start to get into the, okay, so how am I going to do this? And that clarity needs to come through your 90-day plan, your monthly plan, your weekly plan. What is it specifically that I am going to do? Actually, probably more important, what is it specifically I am not going to do? If you are doing a lot of things out there, here's a great tip. Create for yourself a not to-do list. A not to-do list. Write all the stuff down. If you've got a team, you write all the stuff down that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing, and start to create a plan where you can delegate and move some of that stuff out. And that will help to rebalance that feeling of overwhelm with all this stuff going on for you. So the purpose of having clarity and writing things down is so that you can focus on the things that are most important to you and your business, making sure that any interference that comes in that might detract you away from that. I'll be really clear here. When I say interference, I mean unwarranted and inappropriate interference, right? So this is the stuff, the noise, if you like, that comes into your business you don't need to be dealing with, but you get sucked into. You've got to be really clear to say, look, that thing there is a really good idea, or that thing there may be important to that other person, but it's not important to us or the business right now, or that thing there is something that we need to park until the next 90 days. I remember reading a post by Marcus Sheridan. Marcus Sheridan wrote a great book. In fact, here they ask you answer. There you go, Marcus. I've got a plug for you. They ask you answer. It's a great book. And in one of the posts, he was talking about a new social media platform, and he said, "Is this the best platform in the world? Possibly. Is this something that I absolutely need to be doing right now in my business? Maybe. Is this something that I could do if I put my mind to it? Yes, definitely. Is this something that I will be doing? No, because it's not in my 90-day plan. I have my plan. I need to stick to it so that I can get to where I'm going." And having that discipline not to be pulled to the next new shiny thing that's in the marketplace is incredibly important. And I have to do that as well. So sometimes people come to me with different ideas and different things, and I'll push back and say, do you know what, right now it's not in my plan, but it might be in my plan in the next 90 days. So clarity of that plan allows you not to take on too much and push back, and not to feel that overwhelm. On a day-to-day basis, one of the really cool things that you can do is write stuff down. It's actually the night before you have left work, or when you're just finishing work, is take a sheet of paper and write the stuff down that you need to be doing the next day. So I call them a frog sheet. So I have a frog sheet, and it's from Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog, the book. And one of the things that he puts in there is, it says the frog is the horrible slimy thing that nobody really wants to eat, but if you eat that frog first, everything else in the rest of the day tastes a lot sweeter. So making sure you prioritize what it is that you need to be doing every single day, and write it down the night before the next day, or on a Friday you write it down for a Monday. That gives you some clarity on what you need to be doing as you enter your day and enter into your business. Now, sure, I'm not naive enough to know that things will be thrown at you left, right, and centre, but now you need a filter. So now you need to put in your brain that filter of, is this something that I need to do right now? Is this something I can do later? Is this something that's detracting me and it's not important? But you need to have that filter. A great book to read around that is Ken Blanchard's 1 Minute Manager Meets the Monkey. It's a great book for time management and prioritization as well. So there's the first thing, clarity. If you've got clarity of where you're going, you'll know exactly the stepping stones or the milestones that you need to take to get there. Once you have that, you've got the how. And then you need the what. So what is it? You've got the what. You've got the what. And then you need to go, okay, so how do I do this? And that's the detail. That's the action that you need to take. That's the first step, clarity. Second part, RAS. What is RAS? Well, RAS stands for your reticular activating system. It is the thing that you focus on. It is the thing that you are setting your mind, or the compass of your mind on. Think of it like this. If you remember the last car that you actually bought, now whatever car you got, let's say that it's a, I don't know, what car could we have today? A Ford Cougar. There you go, Ford Cougar. So let's say that's the car that you bought. It's possible that before you bought that car, that you may be aware of it, but you might not have seen that many on the road. And as soon as you step into the car and you start driving, isn't it amazing how many of those Ford Cougars you actually see on the road? And you go, oh, I thought I had a really special car that not many people have got. And you start looking around and you've got loads. The reason is because your brain's focused on it. And that's the same if you think about maybe a top or a pair of shoes that you buy and you start looking around and then you see all these people that have got them. It's because your brain's focused on that thing. So being able to have things that are really visual about where you're going, such as your goals, so you've written them down, so stick them up, stick them visual, get your team seeing them every single day. And those things will focus your reticular activating system in the direction that you want. It is a part of the brain that needs direction. So here's the thing, if you're giving your brain the wrong message, guess which direction it's going to go in. So if you are being pulled to one side, if you are not doing what's on your actual plan, if you are being drawn into different conversations and debates that are not adding value to the direction that you are heading in, guess what? Your brain's been pulled that way, and it will start using its power, its computer power, its CPU percentage on that direction. And it's going to be inefficient, given that you want to go in a completely different one. Sounds simple, right? But not a lot of people do it. To actually sit down and focus and know and understand where they're attracting or where they are putting their RAS or their focus. So every day being able to look at where you're going and saying to yourself, we are going to hit this goal. We are going to achieve this in our business. We are hiring X amount of people this month. We are going to get 20% more clients in the next quarter. We are going to make more profit this month than we've ever made. Whatever that is, focus that attention on it. Meditate on it. Close your eyes. See it coming to you. Visualize that coming to you. And that is where your RAS is. So creating that moment, you only need a few minutes a day, but create that moment in your RAS. And there are times when I'm coaching clients where they will be talking to me about something, and I know that it's disjointed or detached from where they actually want to be. And I'll ask them that question, where is your RAS pointed right now? Yeah, so where is your RAS pointed right now? So to you all out there, thinking about what you're doing today, thinking about where you want to head in the future, where is your RAS focused? Is it focused in the right direction? And if it isn't, what do you need to do to change it? What do you need to do to make that switch and move in the direction that you want to move in? And bringing it to being able to focus is on a regular basis is a little bit like going down the gym. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The easier it gets, the more you do it. And the more you do it, the more powerful the results will be. So setting your RAS, that's number 2. Got clarity and RAS. So here's the third thing. It's state. Putting yourself in state. Now this overlaps with RAS because RAS puts you in a state anyway of focus. But putting yourself in a state of what you are going to achieve in the day. And I've got 2 things here to share with you. Number 1 is IVVM. IVVM. And number 2 is I am statements. Okay, so I'm going to break these apart. So state, IVM. Let's say you've got a situation that you are going to head into. It might be a goal that you're just about to start the journey on. It might be a conversation with one of your team that you don't really want to have, but you know you've got to have it. It might be a meeting with a prospect that you really want to convert because it's going to mean loads of business for you. So here's what to do. IVVM it. And the I stands for your intention. What is your intention that you want to have as a result of this conversation? And I just want you to spend that little bit of time. So what's my intent? Well, my intention is that I'm going to be amazing in this meeting with this prospect, that I'm really clear about the pathway that will ensure that they're successful because they're hiring me or buying from me or what we do. That I can handle all the objections that are coming to me. So all of those things you're creating in your mind of your ideal outcome that you want. The next thing is to visualize it, to close your eyes and to visualize that happening. Visualize those conversations happening between you. Visualize the objections that are coming your way. Visualize the positive stuff that's coming in. Visualize yourself handling them. Visualize the contract going across the table to the other person and they're signing it. Visualize the handshake that you're doing a deal. So all those things are the visualizations. So that's the second part, V. The next is verbalize it. So it's actually being able to say it out loud. So everything I've just explained to you, as you close your eyes and visualize, verbalize it. Now, depending on where you are, my preference would be to verbalize it out loud. But sometimes you might be on a bus, you might be walking down the street, you might be in a car park, and you won't want to verbalize that out loud. That's okay. You can verbalize it in here. We can hear our voice. So verbalize it in here if you can't or don't want to speak it out loud in a particular environment that you're in, but verbalize it. Hear yourself saying that. And then the last part is M, which is materialize. So go and materialize it by taking action. Go and actually move forward. So I, idealize, ideal outcome that you want to achieve. V, visualize, then verbalize it, then go and get it. Go and materialize it. So that really puts you in a strong, powerful state. And also it knocks out all the stuff of self-doubt and the feeling of not being worthy and so on, because you're focusing on the things that you need to do and that you want. So this is pushing out the negative and allowing the positive to come in. Now, and then the second thing is I am. I am statements are really powerful. I am is possibly the most powerful statement in the English language. Whatever precedes I am starts to become true for you. So if you're saying to yourself, I am powerful, I'm a great business owner, I'm a great leader, and guess what? Your brain starts to look for evidence for that. It starts to create and attract that towards you. When you start saying, I'm no good, I'm not worthy, I'm an intruder here, I'm an imposter, all those things, then actually that starts to become true for you as well. It starts to become part of your belief system, and that is interference. Now, if you're saying to yourself, I am overwhelmed, I am not in control, I am unable to cope, then guess what? Your body will start to react like that. It will start to create chemicals in your body that are prepared for overwhelm and so on. Now, that's not to detract from the fact that actually, if you are really, really stressed and overwhelmed, to ignore it. In fact, if you're in that place, you need to seek some support and advice from people around you, maybe even professionally, to be able to get some coaching and advice, guidance and support. But if it's just a feeling, a sense that actually, do you know what? No, I can do this. And you can put and strengthen your mindset around creating the I am statements that make you feel powerful and strong and in control and moving forward and winning. Create those I am statements. So you can have anything, I am a high performance business leader. I am nurturing my team every single day so they can be the best they can be. I am inspiring my team. I am trusting my team to deliver what they need to deliver. I'm attracting the right customers to me. I'm talking openly and building rapport with the people around me so that they're attracted to me and want to work with me. So loads of I ams that you can do. Now I'm talking about business here, right? But they can equally be sectioned into your I am statements for being a friend. Maybe your I am statements for being a dad or a mom, or your I am statements for being a partner. What are those as you create your state? This is the spirit that encircles your task. We can all do tasks, but how do we enter them? If we enter them with that mindset, with that state, that positive state, guess what? Things feel different, things feel easier, and they feel more enjoyable. And when you reach the end, when you're overwhelmed and stressed and you got that, you're just like, that was such a slog. Oh, I'm glad that's over. And when you have a positive state and you create that spirit around you, then actually you feel really good. Now, can you do that like this? Absolutely not. Do I get it right every time? No, of course I don't. But I keep going back to those principles of creating clarity for myself, setting my RAS of what I want to achieve today, this month, 90 days, and so on. Being able to create my IVVM, my state, and then saying out loud my I am statements. I have them written down. I have them on my computer screen. I see them, and I read them out loud 4 or 5 times a day. And it really helps me just to focus. It doesn't detract from the fact that we all have bad days, or bad minutes or bad hours, right? It doesn't detract from the fact that stuff will go wrong outside of that plan. But this is the strength that we need to help ourselves create and stay in control and focus on what's important. And as a result of that, we feel less overwhelmed. We feel more balance. We get better results. And all of those things will help to support that feeling of balance as well. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. It's a 20-minute session, and setting clarity, your RAS, your IVVMs, and your I am statements. Go and do those things. And if you need help with them, please don't sit there and go, I listened to Ed and it just didn't work, and I'm not sure what to do, and I didn't get that thing that he mentioned. What does RAS stand for again? Just comment, get in touch, and we will book a 10-15 minute call. I'll walk you through it, because this stuff is incredibly important. It changed my life when I implemented this into my life, and I really want it to help set your focus to change your life for the better as well. We're back next week. We got a special guest next week coming on, so I'm going to share that with you next week, and it's going to be an incredible session. We're going to be talking about leadership, and we're going to lean in a little bit onto overwhelm from a leader's perspective too. Have a fantastic rest of the week, and I will see you here live Wednesday next week, 9:30. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.